since a mountain symbolized heaven and love. Therefore, the Lord was transfigured before Peter, James, and John on a high mountain. So, another thing that doesn't make sense, if you're God, is you are going to give us a book. This is your God book that you're going to give to the human race, the Bible, if you believe Christianity.
Yeah.
Your book can just say, in the most mind-blowingly elegant, complex,
Gorgeous
you
way.
give us the chemical formula for everything. You can do anything you want. Why is your book so convoluted? Why is it this collection of stories that seem to have a very different voice from one to the other, that don't have obvious morals a lot of the time or lessons? Why is that your book? It's written in correspondences. That's when the consistency starts to shine through. So you see, Jesus took them on a mountain because anywhere scripture talks about a mountain is talking about love. And then in each of our lives, when did we see God for what he's actually like? When do we actually start to understand what life is about? It's only when you're up in love.
In a very elevated state. You know, we spend most of our lives down here in the valley, kind of interacting with each other and having thoughts and feelings and frustrations and disappointments. And when we're up in that state of transcendent love, like people say when their child was born, or, you know, you're just in a different state, there you see something.
So in us, there's all the 12 disciples, because God does things fractally, and scripture is written in such a way that it applies to all people at all times. So these 12 disciples are 12 different aspects to your humanity, to everyone's humanity. The rest of the crowds in Galilee and in Bethlehem and in Jerusalem are different parts of your consciousness. Not all the parts of you can see who God is. There's a bunch of this sort of like snippy, gossipy, secular parts of us. They can't come up and see God for who he really is. That's why he doesn't do transfiguration back in Jerusalem.
Yeah.
That those people can't handle it. The only explanation you can think of for this bizarre behavior is that you really got to earn it. Somehow the
Or there's a
greatest
special club. Yeah, right.
special
Right.
club, or there's something else. And I think
Yes.
the something else is that you can't handle the truth. Most of the states in our mind are not giving up that self-centered life
Right.
and that materialistic life, do not really believe in the existence of God, do not really think that love and altruism is more important than self-centeredness. But you get someone in the right state, same person later on, and it lights up for them.
Right.
It mattered, or they hit a certain phase of life. If you were just ready anytime, anywhere, then yeah, I would think that God would just be like right in your face all the time. If it would work, but you would shut down and you wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't open it up. You wouldn't open up to it.